Seong Gi-hun is a middle-aged man living in a modest house with his mother. Gi-hun is overwhelmed by debt and struggles with a gambling addiction, which leaves them in a dire financial situation. One morning at breakfast, Gi-hun's mother hands him some money to buy his daughter Ga-young a birthday dinner. Gi-hun's ex-wife, who is remarried to a wealthy man, rarely lets him see his daughter, so he is excited for the opportunity to celebrate her birthday. He asks his mother for additional money to buy Ga-young a gift. Although she initially says she's broke, she eventually gives him a few extra ones. After she leaves, Gi-hun slyly takes her credit card and withdraws more money with his gambling buddy. The two head to the horse races but lose almost all their money. Despite their losses, they keep betting. Eventually, Gi-hun wins a significant amount and is ecstatic. He even tips the cashier and celebrates his good fortune outside. Suddenly, Gi-hun notices some angry men approaching. They are his creditors, and he owes them a substantial amount. Fearing they'll take his winnings, he runs back inside the building and accidentally bumps into a girl. The creditors catch him and threaten to kill him if he doesn't repay them. A terrified Gi-hun tries to give them his recent winnings, only to find his pockets empty. He realizes the girl he collided with was a pickpocket who stole his money. The creditors don't care and start assaulting him, using a scalpel to threaten him further. They promise to return in a month for their money and leave. Broke again, Gi-hun goes back to the girl he had tipped earlier, asking for his money back. Still short on funds, he decides to win a gift for his daughter from a claw machine. However, his luck fails him again, and he can't grab a toy. A little boy offers to help and wins a black gift box. Gi-hun thanks the boy and leaves. He takes Ga-young to a tteokbokki stall, where they enjoy their meal. Ga-young notices the bruises on her father's face, which Gi-hun dismisses as mosquito bites. He gives her the gift without checking its contents. Ga-young is surprised to find a gun-shaped lighter inside. Gi-hun takes it back, promising a better gift next year. After dropping his daughter off at her mother's house, Gi-hun heads to a train station where a well-dressed man approaches him. The man invites Gi-hun to play a game of dakji, offering 100,000 won if Gi-hun wins, but a slap to the face if he loses. Desperate, Gi-hun agrees. He loses several rounds and gets slapped repeatedly, his cheek bruising badly, but he finally wins a round and receives the money. The well-dressed man gives him a card and tells him to call the number if he wants to play more games. On his way home, Gi-hun meets his friend Sang-woo's mother, who boasts about her son being on a business trip to the US. That night during dinner, Gi-hun's mother tells him that his ex-wife's family is moving to the US, meaning he won't be able to see Ga-young again. Shocked but powerless, Gi-hun realizes that his financial situation has cost him custody of his daughter. In desperation, he calls the number on the card and is instructed to go to a nearby location. A van picks him up, and once inside, gas fills the vehicle, knocking him out. He wakes up in a bunk bed with many other people, his clothes changed and his belongings gone. Everyone around him is just as confused. They are monitored by cameras, and Gi-hun meets an old man with the number 001 on his vest, while Gi-hun has 456. The old man reveals he has a brain tumor. As they talk, a fight breaks out between the girl who stole Gi-hun's money and a gangster. Gi-hun intervenes, demanding his money back. The argument is cut short when the facility's staff, dressed in red suits and masks, enter. They announce that the participants will play 6 games over 6 days, with a large cash prize for those who win all 6 games. Among the participants is Sang-woo, Gi-hun's childhood friend, who was supposedly on a business trip to the US. It turns out Sang-woo is wanted by the police for owing his client 650 million won and had lied to his mother. Shortly after, a sphere is brought to the ceiling of the room, which the staff claims will be filled with money once they complete the first game. Everyone is confused, but agrees to play the game anyway. They are made to sign a rule book that has only 3 rules. 1. Players are not allowed to stop playing once the game has started. 2. The player who refuses to play will be eliminated. 3. The games will be terminated if the majority agrees. Everyone signs the form and gets ready for the first game. Outside the room is a maze-like hallway. The contestants are made to take pictures, and then are taken to a field that has a creepy statue of a doll on one side. Gi-hun approaches his old friend Sang-woo and asks him why he lied to his mother. As they talk, they are interrupted by an announcement asking them to stay behind the white line. Somewhere inside the facility, the overseer of the games gets a call from someone. He takes his place in front of the monitor and watches everyone play. Back in the field, the contestants are told that the first game is red light, green light. They have 10 minutes to complete the game. As the statue of a girl says red light, they have to freeze, and they can only move forward when the girl is turning around and saying green light. If anyone is caught moving, the statue will sense the motion, and the person will be eliminated. The game begins and goes on regularly for a while until the statue detects a motion, and one man is eliminated. He is shot dead at that very moment. The others do not comprehend what is happening, so they play the next round. But soon, they find out the people who are eliminated are killed. Chaos ensues, and people start running around and getting shot. A pile of dead bodies forms around the entrance, and the place turns into a bloodbath. Only a few contestants remain frozen in fear. From the next round, everyone starts being more careful. Gi-hun is still frozen on the ground but moves when Sang-woo asks him to. He almost falls down once but is saved by a man behind him named Ali. More people die as the game continues, and in the end, some of them finally pass the game, including Gi-hun, Sang-woo, the pickpocket girl Saebyuk, the old man Il-nam, the gangster Deoksu, and the guy who saved Gi-hun, Ali. As the camera pans out, we see that they are on a secluded island, and the facility is underground. The staff clean up the dead bodies and burn them in furnaces. The surviving contestants are brought back to the room and are shaken by what they just witnessed. Gi-hun thanks Ali for saving his life earlier. Right then, the staff enter the room and congratulate them for completing the first round. The number of contestants decreases from 456 to 201, meaning that 255 contestants were killed. One of the girls falls down on her knees and begs the staff to let them go. The others join and do the same. Soon, everyone is asking them to let them go free. However, the staff reminds them of the second rule of the game and threatens to kill them if they refuse to play. But Sang-woo claps back with the third rule, according to which if the majority agrees to end the game, they will. The staff agrees, but wants to show them the prize money before voting. The sphere that was on the ceiling earlier is then filled with bundles of money. The staff claims the winner will be able to take home 45.6 billion won. But if they decide to stop playing, the families of the dead people will receive 100 million won each, and they will get nothing. The prize money tempts everyone, and the ones who were against the game earlier start voting for it to continue. The winning vote is decided by Il-nam, who votes for it to end. Finally, they will be allowed to go home without any harm. The staff says that if the majority of them want to play the game again, they will be contacted. In the following scene, Gi-hun and Saebyuk are thrown out of a van with their hands tied. The same thing happens with Ali and Sang-woo. All of them go their separate ways. Sang-woo even hands Ali some money for his bus fare. Gi-hun goes straight to the police and tells them about his kidnapping. However, they find it hard to believe that the kidnappers sent him back because he voted for it. One police officer named Junho is also at the station. The card Gi-hun is holding catches his eye. Gi-hun then returns home only to find his mother missing. It turns out that she is severely diabetic and has been admitted to the hospital because of extreme pain. Gi-hun rushes to the hospital to see his mother's feet covered in wounds. The doctors say only surgery can save her life, but they cannot afford it. Elsewhere, we see the police officer Junho talking to his mother about his brother. Junho's brother has been missing for a few days now, which worries him. At his brother's apartment, he finds the same card that Gi-hun was showing the police earlier. He decides to follow Gi-hun and ask him about the card. Meanwhile, the pickpocket Sebyok goes to meet her brother in an orphanage. It turns out that the girl is a North Korean defector whose parents are still stuck in North Korea. She wants to collect more money to get her mother out and get her brother out of the orphanage. Ali, on the other hand, goes to his work to confront his boss. He has come to Korea from Pakistan to earn money, but he hasn't been paid for 6 months now. He has his wife and a little son at home who he has to provide for. Ali's boss has a bundle of money in front of him, but he refuses to pay. An enraged Ali accidentally pushes him into a machine, injuring his fingers. He takes the money and runs away immediately. At home, he gives his wife the money and asks her to return to Pakistan with their son. He assures her that he will come back later, hugging his wife for the last time before leaving. Meanwhile, Sang-woo calls his mother and lies to her about being in the US. His mother happily asks him not to get her any gifts and ends the phone call. Right after the call, the old woman is approached by some police officers asking her about Sang-woo. They tell her that he is under investigation for stealing his client's money and ask her to report him if he comes to her. The woman is shocked and embarrassed in front of her customers. At the same time, Sang-woo receives a card from the same facility again. Gi-hun, on the other hand, has no way to treat his mother's illness. He goes to his ex-wife to ask her for help, but she refuses to assist him. As they talk, her new husband and their children return home. Gi-hun walks out only to be called by the husband. He hands him a bundle of money and asks Gi-hun to never approach his family again. An enraged Gi-hun beats him, claiming that he cannot take his daughter away. Right then, his daughter comes outside and sees her father hitting her stepfather. She looks at Gi-hun in disappointment. Later, he walks back home, totally defeated and helpless. The police officer Junho is waiting for him outside his house. He asks Gi-hun about the card, but Gi-hun dismisses it, saying that he was just drunk when he made the police report. He has made the decision to go back to the place again and doesn't want to cause any trouble with the police. Junho tries to get him to talk, but Gi-hun dismisses him. While walking inside, he finds the card stuck to a door. He calls the number and goes back to get picked up again. Similarly, Sang-woo, Il-nam, Deoksu, Sebyok, and Ali have decided to go back to continue the game. The episode ends as they get inside the van and are knocked out by the gas again. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.